back, family, friends, and fans. It is Karma lately. So today I want to talk about lighting. I have been feeling like the days are shorter. And it wasn't until actually this morning that I figured out, I was like, is global warming changing our time zone? Like, what's happening with the time frame? What is going on? And I dated back to my birthday years ago, 1990 something. Okay, fine. My birthday was not in 1990 something. I also dated back to 1997. From 97 to now, December has, for the most part, the sunset is around 4:30. And I never realized that. It's so weird. I always thought that it was later. For some reason, I thought in the wintertime it was, well, at least in December, I thought that it would be the same as maybe February or whatever, like 5 or 6, 5-ish, you know? And I went and I Googled and I'm like, I need to know sunsets by year. And so there's a couple of sites that let you figure out the sunsets, because I'm like, what the hell? Why is it so dark? But no, it's actually pretty fascinating how consistent sunsets are in December, in January, February, based off of all the years. So depending on the time of the year, because it's depending on the tilt of the earth, depending on the time of the year, is going to depend on the time, the actual time of our sunlight. During the winter, the northern hemisphere has shorter days and we're getting less sunlight. So that's interesting. I'm just figuring this all out. And I feel like this pandemic has made us, like, I'm noticing a lot of people complaining about the days, and everyone's like, is it me or is it darker now? It's 100% not you. It's really dark. But no, what it is I think we're really paying attention. We're starting to become more in tune. January, it's gonna get a little bit, the sunset will start to, especially towards the end of January, I feel like a weather reporter. I'm like, so the sun's gonna set in January. It's gonna be a little bit, there's a green screen behind me, and the sun is gonna set right about here in January, whereas it's setting right about here now in December, if you guys could see that. Anyways, so by the time I'm setting up, working on things, responding to emails, responding to stuff in my store, doing whatever, checking my YouTube analytics, like all the stuff that you have to do, by the time I'm ready to record, I'm losing daylight. And so, like, my daughters will see me and I'm like, hey, I'll talk to you later. I'm losing daylight. We got to talk about this at night. I could talk to you guys about everything when it gets later. Right now, I need to do me. It's 9:36 and it's morning, and the light that I'm getting is natural light. It's completely natural light. I do have some light coming in from my TV. Most of the light that's coming into this room is coming from the day, from the sky, but it's a gloomy day. It is a gloomy day, but I'm feeling like the light is kind of soft. I don't know if it's very flattering. I'm not sure. You guys tell me. I've realized how vain I really am. For artists, you want to have your two sources of light. I was borrowing my daughter's ring light, and it turns out that, and she needs it because she has a really amazing TikTok. Actually, her TikTok is growing exponentially. Please follow Dalcinea on TikTok. She is definitely doing big things. Also follow my sister, Smiley Empowerment. She's doing awesome things as well. So yeah, she does her TikTok, she has her ring light, and I'm borrowing it from her. But I wanted to have my own lighting, and I was looking into it. I'm like, well, what's the good lighting for artists? And they were like, well, if you have stuff that you're showing on your table, you want to have two sources of light coming in at 45-degree angles. And a good way to check your 45-degree angle is if you have a ruler or a cutting mat. If you see that, this one's 30, this one's 45, and this one's 60. And it's cool. And also if you have a cutting mat, you can do that. And then you just put it against your table, and then you can figure out how to angle the lighting source. I'm going to show you guys how to do two soft boxes. Essentially, it's the same concept for both soft boxes. I'm just using a tiny bit of a different technique to accomplish it on both, but the materials are pretty much the same. I'm using the lamp. It's if you go to a hardware store, or if you're looking for it online, it could be called a work light, or it could be called a clamp lamp. So it's a lamp that comes with the clamp and the part for the light bulb. Now this aluminum, this part here, this metal part, your kind of like your lamp shade, your aluminum lamp shade, that part is technically free. You're really paying for the light source, and that part you can pick any size, and it doesn't change the price of your lamp. Whatever sizes they have smaller ones, they have bigger ones, they all fit on the clamp, which is kind of nice because then you can buy different sizes for yourself and you can switch them out whenever you want. So that's pretty cool. I ended up getting the 10-inch one, and the reason why I wanted a clamp lamp is because I don't want to have poles and stands on my floor. I really want to have the minimal amount of things on the floor. I'm being so lazy. I'm trying to reach and not get off the chair. So you're going to be working with a shower curtain liner, and I got this $169 at my local 99-cent store. They should call it a $1.69 store because this is probably the cheapest thing they have. But anyways, it's a shower curtain and it's super cheap, which is perfect for us. You want it to be cheap because it's not going to be so opaque, and it's going to be kind of like, kind of see-through, which, this is actually pretty good. It's not as see-through as you would think. But anyways, I would say definitely go to your local dollar store, get yourself a shower liner. I prefer this material over a fabric material, although the fabric, it's gonna give you something, it's gonna give it maybe a little bit of a softer feel, I would assume. I'm trying to make this lighting more permanent on the light box so that I don't have to remove it and put it back, to wash it or whatever. This is extremely easy to wipe down and clean when it gets dusty, and it's very durable, but it's easy, and it's easy to work with, and it's bright white, and it gives a nice look. Even just me doing this, you can see the change in the lighting. The other thing you're gonna need is a hot glue gun, some sort of tape. I like to use masking tape. And you're also gonna need some double-sided tape. I got this small one. I don't know the sizing of this one, but you can get a thin one or you can get a thick one, whatever you want, but double-sided tape is also gonna come in handy. You wanna make sure that you have your scissors, your light bulb. I ended up getting this. It's soft white. It's a LED light bulb, and it's 100 watts. My actual lamp clamp, it takes 150 watts. So you want to pay attention to the lamp clamp itself, because you can have an outage, you could do different things and destroy your whole situation. You want to make sure that the lamp the lamp clamp itself, where you're gonna actually turn the light bulb into. Make sure you know how many watts it can take, what's the maximum of watts that it can take. Mine says 150, although I got 100 watts only because I couldn't find the 150 watts at the Dollar Tree. What? It says lasts up to 22.8 years. 25,000 hours. It's funny to read that. Brightness 1500 lumens. So I got this at the Dollar Tree. So that's also shatter resistant. This down here, it says the estimated energy cost $1.69 per year. But the price of this was $1.25. So now, without further ado, I'm going to show you the first way to do it, and then I'm going to show you the second way to do it. Cool, so we've got our work light, and I've got my masking tape. As you can see, I took little strips. They're about 2 inches long, and I just took strips all around just to mark about where I want it. I got my shake. So I'm marking where I want my coffee stirs. They're not popsicle sticks, they're actually coffee stirs. So if you have something longer or sturdier that you want to use, that's fine. And then I'm using the masking tape to press down the coffee stir and the hot glue. So the hot glue is getting on the tape as well, and it's just making me feel like it's a little bit more secure, and I'm just pressing down that heat right onto the lampshade. And so you're going to go all the way around using your tape to press down and secure it. That way it doesn't move, but also it just like the tape is helping it as well. If you want to use a different type of tape, you can too. Please excuse my completely beat up hot glue gun. Everything has like gotten stuck to it, and I have not taken it out. So this is a Christmas wreath that I found at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. It's a Christmas tree wreath wire, and you would just, put your garland and all your decorations on here for Christmas. They had a candy cane one as well, but this one is 14 inches in diameter, and I didn't know that the inner opening of the wreath is 10 inches in diameter, which is the exact same diameter of my lampshade. So this worked out. So I got these at the Dollar Tree. You can Instacart the Dollar Tree. You can order it online on Amazon. But so yeah, this one is 14 inches in diameter, and it worked out perfectly for this project. And I got 2 of these. I got 2 lights. I got 2 of everything except for the wooden popsicle sticks, because I had ordered these before and I had gotten like 1,000 of them. So I still have quite a lot left. And I'm just trying not to force the coffee stirs. Sometimes it'll come out like that other one just popped out, and I'm just going to reinforce it. Again, I'll put some more hot glue and just try to make sure that it's not, make sure that I'm not forcing it. It's, because maybe some of them are not even. You just want to put the glue wherever the wire and the coffee stir meet. I have some wire as well that I could have used, but it wasn't thick enough, and it just felt way too flimsy. And I really want to have something that's secure, that's going to last me a bit of time before I can afford the better lighting. So this one popped out because I was kind of forcing it, and now I just put it back. But I'm going to reinforce all of these little posts. I'm going to put, like I just did now, I put some hot glue right on top, And I'm gonna do them 2 by 2. That way while one is drying, the other one is getting done. And I'm gonna take about a 2-inch, 2.5-inch strip of my masking tape and then squeeze it from behind and in front with the hot glue and press it tight so that it's secure. And I'm just doing this to give myself a little more peace of mind. I forgot completely to glue this one at all. But yeah, so for me, it's just giving me a little more peace of mind. Like, I think the pieces are gonna stay together for a longer time and I won't have to redo anything. And just patiently go all the way around. This really didn't take long to do. It's not, as long as you have your hot glue. I wouldn't use any other glue but hot glue on this project. I know I've recommended alternatives in the past, but for this, I would not recommend anything but hot glue. So you see I'm getting the tape first from the behind the coffee stir, then I put it in front and then I wrap it around. And now they're all done. So the first way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to put my light diffuser in 2 parts. And so now I'm going to go ahead and measure I got my curtain liner, and I'm just going to cut, measuring a little bit extra from the 14-inch diameter. And I could have done it just a little bit bigger, but and I also pushed it off to the side by mistake, so I didn't centralize it. So just do better, guys. Do better. But this is really easy. It felt like light work. It didn't feel complicated at all. So I did one side and then I went all the way to the shortest side and pulled and tried to make it taut. I want to make sure that all the intersecting sides are nice and taut, pulling against each other. And then I'll deal with the other sides. You don't have to pull it too tight, but you just want to pull it tight enough where it'll be stretched out and taut, but not like where it's lifting or bending or tearing. And you guys can forward this to like the parts that you want if you already get the picture. See, the reason why I think I give so much detail is because when I'm watching tutorials, when I'm looking at different things, I especially in miniature making, I do a lot of miniature tutorials. I like to see how it's done in real life. I look at the entire video because I really do want to see the details. So for whoever wants to see the details here, please feel free. But look how great that came out. And so here's the lamp clamp. You can see it says 150 watts there. There's my LED bulb.
You see how clean it looks and it's not too harsh? You can see everything.
Yeah. So that was Dalcinea, my daughter, explaining to me about how the light was looking, because we had put it before and it seemed harsh, and then now it just became a lot softer. Sorry that I didn't get to show you guys how it looked when it was really harsh. It can still get a lot softer than this, and we're kind of just like testing it out. But there was still exposure there, obviously, with the sides of the softbox, which we're going to cover now. I just cut a strip. I really didn't measure anything. I did not measure anything at all. I just eyeballed everything here, so there were a couple of mistakes. But don't be like me. Try to cut a little extra so you have some left over. Instead of using hot glue, for this part, I'm gonna use double-sided tape. But this whole part right here is a 14-inch diameter, and then this part here is a 10-inch diameter. And then we have about 5.5 inches of a gap in between those two. It could be more, and your light will be softer if it is more. This is the double-sided tape that I'm using, and it's pretty thin. It's thinner than 1/4 inch, and that's what we're using. So now I'm going to take my double-sided tape and I'm going to put it along the rim of the metal lampshade, except I'm going to leave an opening like right about there, so that I can open the, so that I can stick my hand in there to change out the light bulb. Since the front is going to be covered, I can't go through the front. I'm just doing double-sided tape for this part so that it's not permanent. And I'm going to put double-sided tape on the part on top as well. And once I'm done putting tape all around, I'm going to press it down. Whenever you're using double-sided tape in any project, before you rip it off, always make sure that you press it down so that that first layer stays onto the surface that you want it to stay on. Just smooth it down, press it, smooth it over. So it's nice and pressed, and then we're gonna start removing the double-sided tape. And you could do it section by section. So here is with the lighting facing I have the softbox facing the ceiling. Then here I have the light box facing the wall that's in front of me. Now I have the light box facing the wall that's behind me. Then I have the light facing my left wall, the wall to my left. And now the light is facing the wall to my right. And then now it's completely facing the magazine. And I am liking it. It is a lot softer than it was before. And I'll show you guys those before and after pictures. But I really do think that, first of all, I think it looks super cute. And I think that it works. It works really well. And then here we could just still clean this up a little bit. I'm going to tighten some of this up. I'll put some tape on the coffee stir and clean this up just a little bit. So this is pretty cool. I got the softbox close and now I'm backing it up. I'm just backing it up right now and I'm really loving this lighting, if I could be honest. And this is just one of them right over it. I'm loving the lighting here. And this is a different day that I recorded this, so it's actually dark outside pretty much. Okay guys, so now that you saw the first way that I did that, I'm gonna show you the second way. And I started part of the process because you've already seen some of this, and let's get our situation situated here so that you guys can properly see what's happening. Okay, so for the first one, you notice that I had cut out the front part and I did it separately from the side part. But I saw that there were a couple of snags in that one and I kind of wanted a much cleaner vibe. So what I did now was I cut a bigger circle, a much bigger circle. And I can tell you what the diameter of this circle is actually. It's about 26 inches in diameter, roughly about. Technically, if you double the Christmas wreath, you would get, so the Christmas wreath is 14, doubling that would be 28. So I guess you can just double your Christmas wreath about, or just give it about a 25 to 26 inch diameter. The reason why I wanted to do that is because I want to cut off the excess. I don't want it to be exact. And so I hot glued this front part here all around. I made it taut, and then it's all glued in. So now that part is secure because I don't want that moving at all. And then what I'm gonna do, let me see if I can get you guys at a good angle here. I'm gonna bring this up taut as well. And then I'm going to bring this. And you see how it has this part here now? I'm just going to fold that in. And I don't know if that's gonna affect the exposure because now this part is double, but I don't care. I'm comfortable with that happening. And then I'm gonna make sure that this is where I put my hot glue, because I don't want hot glue. I don't want hot glue to go all the way up to the top. What I want is, I just want it to be right here because I want it to look neat as well. So I'm gonna put the hot glue here, press it down, and once I've done everything, then I'm going to start cutting off the excess so I can give it a nice clean trim. And so that's why I did it this size, just so that it could be bigger. So I'm gonna show you guys what I mean. Please excuse my beat up hot glue gun. She's been through hell. Back this up a little bit so you guys could see. You kind of want to form it first, and then you lift it up. There's going to be, because it's a circle, there's going to be a lot of lifting and moving, but it should come out. It might take a little bit longer this way, but it might be neater, and I kind of like that. It might be, I don't know. We'll see at the end how this comes out. Before I forget, I gotta put marker on this one because I lost it. I gotta cut a slit open. Because I want to keep a slit open in case I decide to change my light bulb, which I will. I will be experimenting on different blots, and my daughter also will be borrowing this too, and she likes to use different colors. She likes to add different aesthetics. We'll do a different color diffuser. Basically what we're creating is a light diffuser here, and you can use different colors. So I got this just in case she wanted to try to make one where it's a little bit it's not so permanent. So the other one that I made, if you guys noticed, this part was hot glued, and then this part was double-sided taped. And I did that for a reason, because I wanted to make sure that I had the option of changing my diffuser on one of the soft boxes. This one is going to be permanent and I'm not going to change it except for changing the light bulb. So I'm going to cut a little slit. I'll show you. So I can cut it. Then we have a little opening here. We have like a little opening right here, and I still can tape this down. So this is the part that's gonna have like a little slit opening for me to change the light bulb, should I ever need to. And I haven't seen this design online anywhere, on YouTube. This was just my inspiration from finding out from other YouTubers that the distance is so important. I didn't want to make it too far, and I also, the farther I made this, then I felt like the more unsteady it would be. But if you do happen to have longer sturdy wooden pieces, or longer sturdy steel or metal pieces, wire, it would have to be thick wire. I would say you could use like metal hangers, but I have wire, and even my thickest wire doesn't seem to be sturdy enough to hold the weight of the wreath and the pulling and the tautness and all this. It's not like, so that's why I chose I chose this. So I'll be able to put my hand right through here, so this flap is not going to get, if anything, I can put like a little double-sided tape just right here so that it doesn't move, but I'm gonna always but I'll always be able to remove it, which is good. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this design. I actually like it and I tend to not like a lot of things how they come out. I can be a bit of a perfectionist sometimes, but I actually do like this. I'm just trying to see how this part is going to come out, just to try to make it as neat and not bulky as possible. It's the last piece, so it's always going to be a little more I feel good about. Okay. Almost there. Almost there, guys. This was a lot of fun. I like seeing how things work, so that then I can figure out what I need to do to make it myself. I mean, I feel like even if I was a rich person, I'd probably still want to make it myself. And so this one, it's there, but it has the double-sided tape. And I just want to make sure that I can get my hand in there. And then tape it back so it still stays nice and neat. That's important. Because you do want your aesthetic at home, in your studio, to be inspiring, and if it's cluttered or if things look kind of messy, it's just not inspiring. So if I have like a whole crazy light fixture thing, for me, the way I work, because I am visual, it's gonna throw me off, and I'm gonna be like, get this light out of here. I'll pay whatever, just get it out. This is our, it didn't come out as neat as I would have liked. Let's see, if I fold it this way, I should like that better. And I like this double-sided tape, even though it's small, it's pretty strong. It's called Soup Bang, or at least that's the supplier or the brand name, I don't know, but I got a whole bunch of them. And I've had them for years now. I have had them for 2 years. I ended up buying them on sale, and okay, so this is the part that has the double-sided tape that I can always go in and change the bulb. And now we're just gonna clean this up so that it's not looking crazy. I'm gonna try to make it even. I'm gonna do my best. I'm trying not to take off too much at first. wonder if this would be better. I don't really like this. I have to go a few times because there's a lot of layers on some of these parts. I'm scratching with this a little bit, but I feel like my lines are going to be a little more precise. So I like it. And now I feel like I got two guns. Say hello to my little friend. This one, 1, 2, 3, and ooh. So let's see here. I mean, I have to do the setup for my. I have to do like my setup, but you can see what's already happening here. Put one here. You can see. Overhead here. I love this. Do you know? I feel like I have so much control. You guys won't see any wrinkles. Fooled you. Look at me, no wrinkles. I like the cool light better. But this is crazy. So this is great. I mean, makeup artists, you know, photo shoots, also just for your house. Like if you want a different kind of lighting, you can take some really pretty vinyl. Look, as a matter of fact, I have vinyl right here because I sometimes leave it there for the hot glue gun. You could take vinyl and hot glue it to the bottom of this, and you can make yourself, and you can cover, and no one will know that this was a lamp clamp. Let's say if you don't want the silver look, although I feel like the industrial look is a nice add-in in certain homes, but you can decorate this. You can paint this. Oh my god, I love this. So you guys can do this under $30. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.